Good morning, dear students. Welcome to EduStar's online class. You are watching Class 4 Science. Today, we will see Lesson 9, The Changing Weather. This is Part 2. Before we start, we have a small recap of Part 1. Cloudy, rainy, windy, hot, cold, humid, all these terms tell the different conditions of the atmosphere around us. This is called the weather. Weather is the condition of the atmosphere of a place at a particular time. The factors that determine weather are temperature, wind, air pressure, moisture, and clouds. All these factors are related to one another. Next, we will see the sun and the weather. Weather is the condition of the atmosphere of a place at a particular time. It is not the same everywhere. It might be a hot and sunny day where you live, but in other part of the world it may cloudy or snowy. Also, it may be sunny in the morning on your way to school, but it may rain in the afternoon. The sun causes the changes in weather. The heat of the sun changes water from one form to another and also affects the movement of air. These changes in water and air bring about changes in weather. What causes day and night? The earth moves on its own tilted axis. This movement is called rotation. It takes 24 hours for the earth to complete one rotation. At any given time, the part of the earth that faces the sun receives light and thus has day, whereas the other part of that earth is away from the sun, does not receive light and has night. Hence, the rotation of the earth causes day and night. Why do we have seasons? The earth moves around the sun in its own orbit. This movement is called revolution. It takes 365 days and 6 hours for the earth to complete one revolution. As the earth is tilted on its axis, the portion of the earth facing the sun has longer and warmer days. So, this portion has summer season. The portion of the earth away from the sun and cooler and shorter days. This portion has winter season. Therefore, the revolution of the earth causes changes in weather. Do you understand the difference between rotation and revolution? The rotation of the earth causes day and night. The revolution of the earth causes changes in seasons. Next, we will learn about how do winds blow. Due to the round shape of the earth, sun rays do not fall evenly at all places. When a part of the earth's surface gets heated up, the air above it becomes warm. The warm and lighter air rises up. In turns, the cool air, which is heavier, comes in to take its place. This leads to continuous movement of air that causes wind. The next one is air. Air is all around us. All living things need air to breathe. Air is a mixture of many gases. It contains nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, and dust particles. A blanket of air around the earth is called atmosphere. When air moves, it is called wind. And a strong wind is called gale. Wind that blows gently and lightly is called breeze. A very strong wind is called storm. When storm occurs with lightning and thunder, it is called thunderstorm. Wind also decided the weather of a place. If we go to the seashore on a hot and sunny day, we will find the sand on the shore very hot and the sea water cool. This happens because land gets heated up faster than water. It also cools down faster than water. This difference gives rise to sea breeze and land breeze. Let us learn how. Sea breeze. During the day, land gets heated up much faster than the water in sea. As the land becomes hot, it heats the air above it. This hot air rises up and cool air from the sea blows towards the land to take its place. This wind that blows from the sea towards the land during the day is called sea breeze. At night, land cools down much faster than the sea. As a result, the air above the land also cools down. The air above the sea is still warmer. This warm air rises up and the cool air from the land rushes towards the sea to take its place. This wind that blows from land towards the sea at night is called land breeze. The next one is water. Water is one of the basic necessities of life. Nearly 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered by water. Human beings, plants, and animals all need water to live. Water exists in 3 different forms, that is gas, solid, and liquid. For example, ice, water, and water vapor. Water changes from one form to another on heating or cooling. Let us learn more about water. First one is evaporation. The process in which water changes into water vapor on heating is called evaporation. We have learned that water is also present in the atmosphere in the form of water vapor. The amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere is known as humidity. When the weather is very hot, more water gets evaporated, which makes the weather humid. The rate of the evaporation depends on the following factors: wind speed, heat, surface area, and humidity. The next one is condensation. When we boil water in a container covered with the lid, we see tiny droplets of water on the inner side of the lid. The tiny droplets of water are formed due to changes of water vapor into water. The process by which water vapor changes into water on cooling is called condensation. Water vapor rises in the air and condenses to form droplets of water, which in turn form clouds. Water vapor condenses to form dew, fog, frost, hail, snow, and rain. First, we will see dew. On cold morning, water vapor condenses on the surface of the leaves and grass in the form of drops are called dewdrops. Fog. In winter season, when it is very cold, water vapor condenses on the dust particles to form thick clouds of tiny droplets just above the land or water. This is called fog. Frost. When it is very cold, dewdrops freeze to form crystal of ice. This is called frost. Hail. When raindrops passes through a very cold region of the atmosphere. They freeze to form pellets of ice. These pellets of ice are called hail, fall to the ground. Snow. In extremely cold weather, water vapor condenses to form snow instead of water droplets. Rain. When water vapor condenses and falls to the ground in the form of drops of water, it is called rain. So today we will see about water cycle. The process of evaporation and condensation are going on continuously in their nature. Water evaporates from the water bodies due to the sun's heat. It then rises up and condenses to form tiny droplets of water. These tiny droplets of water together form clouds. Inside clouds, these droplets become bigger. When the droplets of water become too heavy to remain afloat in the air, they fall down as a rain or snow. The rainwater flows back to the water bodies. This continuous process is called water cycle. Purification of water. We should drink clean water. The water in wells, rivers, and ponds contains soluble impurities and insoluble impurities and germs, making it unfit for drinking. Soluble impurities or impurities like salt that dissolve in water and cannot be seen. Insoluble impurities or impurities that can be seen as they do not dissolve in water, example bubbles. The impurities present in water can make us fall sick. Water can be purified by various methods. Some of them are given: sedimentation and decantation, filtration, boiling, and chlorination. Let us learn one by one. The first process is sedimentation. In this process, water is allowed to stand for some time in a container. All the mud and insoluble impurities settle down at the bottom of the container. The process in which insoluble impurities settle down is called sedimentation. Now, the water is gently poured out in another container is called without disturbing the settled impurities. The process by which water is gently poured out to another container after sedimentation is called decantation. The water we get after decantation is not very clean, as it may still contain very fine impurities. So, we can use the filtration method. Filtration, it is another method of purifying water. In this process, water is passed through a filter paper. Filter paper allows water to flow through it but not impurities. The impurities are left behind on the filter paper and clean water is collected in a container below. Decantated water can also be filtered to remove impurities. The next method is boiling. It is the simplest way to purify water. The filtered water may contain germs which can make us fall sick. Boiling water kills the germs present in it. The next one is chlorination. Chlorination, germs present in water can also be killed by adding chlorine. Chlorination is the process by which chlorine is added to water in order to kill germs present in it. Chlorine tablets are easily available in the market. We can also purify water by using water filters like AquaGuard or RO at home. Next, we will see about underground water. When rain falls, a part of it seeps through the ground and passes through the different layer of soil till it reaches the rocky layer. Since it cannot seep through this layer, it gets collected here. This water is called underground water. A large amount of water can be stored under the ground. The level of underground water in a particular area is called water table. The water table differs from place to place. It may be high or low. According to the season, in summer water evaporates more, so the water table is low. In the rainy season, water collects below the soil and less evaporation takes place. Hence, water table becomes high. Underground water can be taken out by digging wells and tube wells. The next one is water conservation. The wise and judicious use of water is called water conservation. We should avoid wastage of water by using the following steps. Get leaking tape repaired. Do not leave the tape running while brushing your teeth or washing. If you have water left in your water bottle, pour it in a potted plant. Keep water in clean and covered vessels. Water in which vegetables and fruits are washed can be used to water plants. Water is precious. Each drop must be used wisely. So we have to save water. What we have learned today? Water cycle. The change of water into water vapor and back into water in nature is called water cycle. Evaporation. The changes of water to water vapor. Condensation. The changes of water vapor into water. Soluble impurities. Impurities that dissolve in water. Insoluble impurities. Impurities that do not dissolve in water. Filtration. The process by which water is cleaned by passing it through a filter paper is called filtration. Thank you, students. Have a good day.